If you're studying for your Claude Certified Architect exam, I want to give you some advice on how you can get the most out of your study time. I've been studying for this exam myself. I've completed my prerequisites and I'm currently registered to sit for the exam. For those who are just beginning, I want to share some advice based on my exam prep journey to help you accelerate your study journey. So in this video, I want to cover off on my recommended approach for how to start studying for this exam. So pull up in front of us right here, we have the skill jar page for the Claude Partner Network with the 4 modules. What I recommend that you do when you're beginning to study for this exam is to go through these 4 modules and to go through them in this order that I'm specifying right here. So I would recommend that you start with the Introduction to Agent Skills. The reason I recommend that you start here is because this is one of the most important sections, but it's also one of the easiest for you to get done. It's the shortest of all the sections, and it's also has the benefit of being a section that is very applicable immediately if you're just a person that works with Claude. So it may be stuff that will make sense to you very quickly. The second section I recommend that you go and attack would be the Building with Claude API. This is the most dense section, and it's why I recommend that you don't attack it as the very first, but it is the most foundational for the rest of the material. If you are able to master this section, it will make the remaining 2 sections easier to understand. The next section I would recommend that you attack is the last section listed here. It's the Claude Code in Action. And the reason I recommend this is because this is now the second most fundamental. In order to really understand what's going on with MCPs, it's best to understand this section first. And then the last section I recommend is the Introduction to Model Context Protocol. I will make a video after this explaining how to go about these sections in the most efficient way, because there is a lot of material and they take a very long time, and I don't want you spending lots of time that you don't need to spend. I want you to be spending time on things that help you to pass this exam as quickly as possible. Now, once you do go through these sections, what you need to do afterwards, and I'll click into one of these to show you, is I recommend that you'll go into these sections, and after you read through this material quickly, there's going to be quizzes throughout these modules. I recommend that you take these quizzes very seriously and aim to get 100% on them. These quizzes are meant to be very straightforward and check basic comprehension of the concepts. So if you're missing anything, you will need to go back and study that material to make sure that you have a more solid foundation, because this would show that you have not gotten the very basics of what's going on in the material. As you go through these modules, you'll have a final assessment at the bottom. I recommend that you also take the same approach to the final assessment and aim to get as close to 100% on them as you possibly can. Because once again, like the quizzes throughout, these questions are not meant to be tricky. They're merely meant to check for basic comprehension.